doing calligraphy, but for sure, people started also asking me maybe on Instagram. Once I uploaded a video of honestly, but no, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you have fun, guys.
I lived in Turin for 10 years, so for me it's like, and I don't go back there for kind of a long time now. So,
So for the people who don't know what we are talking about, like we were supposed to meet with some of the crew members in Italy, Turin. I mean, they are still gonna meet, but I'm not going because it doesn't matter. But yeah, bro, let's talk about you. Like you're here on the podcast. We actually recorded this podcast like I don't know 3 or 4 years ago.
yeah.
Same as the podcast with John Stevens, but
Yeah.
the thing is, like, I mean, the podcast of John Stevens is not the best quality, but the ones with you and with some other people, it's such a bad quality. So I was like, man, it's better to
Let's do it again.
yeah. So let's jump right into it, man. Like you're Italian, obviously.
Yeah.
And but you're not living in Italy right now,
No.
or
Yeah.
you do you travel between
No.
Germany?
I'm based in Munich now
Yeah,
for 4 years. Also, last podcast was recorded here.
okay. But you don't go to Italy at all, like visiting or
No.
something?
Yeah. I mean, I go to meet my father, my family. Yeah, every now and then. But no,
So
I'm based here for 4 years.
why Munich, man?
Because my girlfriend moved here.
Okay. No, I
So
was
I was
thinking,
like,
why not
okay.
Berlin? Because
Yeah, it would be another good place to be.
but I have a friend. He's Bulgarian, also calligrapher. I'm just not sure if he was in Munich as well or it's Frankfurt. I don't know.
How is it called?
His Instagram is D Atanas.
We met. We
Yeah,
met with we met. Yeah. He
awesome,
lives
man.
here. He lives in Munich as well. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. How old were you, bro? Like
Now 30, 32. Not half
32?
two.
Okay, you're a bit
Yeah.
younger than me. But how did everything start with calligraphy, man? Like at what point in your life did you discover calligraphy and how did everything started?
Hello. The first time actually that I tried calligraphy, I was a baby. So I was in Venezia with my family, and my grandmother bought me like this the pen holder. At the time, I didn't know it was a pen holder with all the nibs, but it was one of those cheap ones that they are sold very beautiful to see, but then they are not super nice to use. But I didn't know at the time. So the first time actually I was very very young. And then
Okay.
when I really went into it, it was around 2000, between 2013 2014. I was at university and I was studying at the time, and I started I bought some pens, like some. Actually, I started with the pencils just to try because I saw a video from Theos One.
Of
So
course. The parallel pen review.
yeah, and it was like something like this. Well, it was a very random video on YouTube, and I don't know. I just said, okay, it's crazy that someone is doing this like in that way. And I looked to some books. I was like, because I didn't know at the time who was doing it. I didn't know about the courses or anything. So I just literally checked on internet. I found this book that was called Palmer's Penmanship Budget
Okay.
that I have now here. But and I saw that it was more about engrosser script and copperplate, and at the end there were all those alphabets in Gothics and Fraktur and Textura Quadrata, etc. And so I started with this two pencil thing, and then I decided to buy a parallel pen. So I started with the Gothics actually, and then I moved after a course, because the first time I went to a course was actually with Teos One in Milan.
What?
Yes.
Oh, during the design of words?
No, it was the I think the year after. Design Awards was 2015, right?
I think
Or
2016 maybe.
16. Then it was 17.
Okay.
I actually have a piece from him that he did for for me during that course. And so this was the first time I was going to a course, and I was so impressed by how he was using the pen, because at that point I never saw anyone using any instrument, any tool for calligraphy. So this was my first time seeing not only him but also other people, because it was in Milan, in Acqua su Marte. And yeah, and it was amazing. I was like super. I went super deep into calligraphy at that point. And in that day, I actually started writing upside down, because
yeah, you forgot, like, you're telling your story, but I don't know, maybe some people don't know you're a left-handed.
yeah,
So
yes.
oh yes, you have
Well,
a left-handed. I'm wondering, so wait, now, so it means you started calligraphy because of Tius1, and your
Yes.
first workshop was with Tius1.
Yeah, because as soon as I saw that he was going to teach, to have a course there, I said, okay, I don't, no matter what, I have to be there.
Okay, but before you went to the workshop, like, how was it being a lefty and figuring out stuff on yourself, or like
Yeah,
what?
I was trying to watch videos and like from the book. Okay, I was trying to study to repeat the movements from the book, because it's actually a manual. So I was going, making exercise, practicing with those, but I think I was missing something in the technique at the time. I don't know. It was like very random. I mean, still I was able to do some shape, some forms, but the fact that I was also writing in a way that, for me at the time, maybe was not the right way or the best way, because then I found a better way of doing it, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a like practice, but yeah, like it was dying there. Like there was nothing that I was really like willing of practicing a lot. I was practicing some hours,
Mm-hmm.
not as much as I was practicing after, because after the courses, yeah, I was practicing kind of too much time per day.
So you said after the workshop you started writing upside down.
Yeah,
Is this
and it was,
something that
and I found it so much easier.
is this something
Actually,
that Tius1 teach you?
no, but I mean, during that course, I realized that, I mean, I just tried. I don't know. I don't remember exactly why I tried to write upside down. But yeah, I was the only. I actually, Tios1 tried to write with the left, and I was, for me, it was amazing, because actually it was kind of good,
Really?
even if it was not used. Yeah, for me it was super good. I was like, it's super nice that you can write like that. But I don't know why. I just tried, and it happened for me to be super easy, because I at the start, of course, when you're a lefty, you have to wait for the ink to dry. So I was making a lot of mistakes there, because if you use the pen in a certain way, then you cannot avoid to touch sometimes with the hand, or you have to remember. And me, I'm not super the most how do you say, yeah, I'm not super patient when I'm at the time. I wanted to write very fast, and I couldn't, because I was making a lot of mistakes. My hand was always going on the ink, and I don't know. I just turned the paper upside down, and I found it so easy that I never left from that.
What do you mean it's so easy? Like, me just imagining that I have to try to write upside down, I'm like totally confused. Like how do you, like, what is the process of writing upside down? Do you have to imagine the words first, or I don't know
I mean, I think because if you already know a bit the shapes, so even if I was not writing upside down, I knew more or less the shapes of the letter. So for especially for fracture, I would say, no, especially for textura quadrata, that the shapes are always the same. If you make them, it's like lines and squares, and yeah, so it doesn't change so much. It was a bit more difficult when I switched to copperplate, because at that point, yes, it was very confusing at the start, because you have to reimagine the letters in a different way, like in a way that you're not used to see them. But then actually for me, I mean, it's just, again, a matter of practice. It was like, it took me like maybe a year to understand a lot, all the shapes. But then it's actually not so difficult. And I'm not the only one doing that. There is also, I think you know Stefano Gelao.
Yeah, maybe like
Is another guy from Italy that is lefty, and he uses the same way. He writes upside down as well.
I think there are like what? There are probably 2 or 3 ways that leftists can write, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. And I know John de Collibus writes with the paper at 90 degrees.
Okay.
So from top to down, it would be like, there are some videos of him writing. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same for a right-hander, like but for like if I write this way, it's just from down to top, and for leftists, it's the other way.
Yeah, but like if you have instead of writing like this,
yeah,
you start from here and you go here. So it would be like, instead of writing correctly, you start like A, B, and C. You know,
okay.
like a bit different. Uh, but it's actually, again, for everything, it's just the practice, and then I don't think there is so much difference. Yeah, maybe at the start, just to understand how the letter should look like. So at the start, also me, I was always turning the page to see if it was okay, if it was not. And of course, at the start is not most of the time. But then with the time, you just adjust the way you write, and it's okay. And then it's not that bad, not that difficult.
Like as a lefty, is the biggest struggle to figure out how to write, or is it writing the letters? Like, what's the hardest thing going into calligraphy as a left-handed calligrapher?
I think that the main problem is at the start is that you have in your mind, I don't know, we have this thing, as lefty, we think that maybe for a cultural thing, I don't know, or everybody says that the lefty shouldn't be able to write correctly, or that they shouldn't be. So I think it's more in our mind that the most difficult thing is to just to live to understand that it's not true, that actually is very, it doesn't matter if you're lefty or right-handed, so you can just do it, because at the end of the day, it's just practice, as you always say. And as we always say in this world, is literally just practice. So I don't think, maybe the part that is a bit not challenging, but the thing that, yeah, maybe just to find the better way for you to write. I remember, because once I had John de Collibus was coming to Italy to make a course, so I texted him, and then at the end it was during COVID, so then COVID started actually, so he had to cancel this course. But then he also told me, I mean, the good thing about being left is that we can choose actually any angle we want, because we are able to write at most of the angles that are possible to write, because we can also write normally if we want. But once we find the good one, the good way for us to write, actually there is no really difference with a right-handed person. Yeah, and the other difficulties are the normal difficulties that everybody has at the start when going with calligraphy, especially. I mean, I don't know about, I don't know a lot about maybe parallel pens, but I would say maybe with the oblique pen holder is a bit more complicated at the start to understand how to hold the pen. But then other than that, I would say that the normal things as the others.
Do you write the strokes like as a right-handed, or you do it in opposite way? Because, for example, you know Parisu Urteu?
Yeah.
He writes the letters. For example, let's take textura quadrata.
Yeah.
Instead of starting with the stroke down, and he does it the opposite way, from the last stroke to the first one.
Yeah. I started like this. Me, I was writing like this at the start.
Okay.
It's a way of doing it. Also, you could also start from the really end, but then you have problems with the alignment and with the words. But you could also start from at the end of a word, so to write exactly all the same movements. Like, I don't know, like more in the Arabic word, no, from the left to the right.
Yeah. Oh, but this is even more complicated, man.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, but it's something else that you could try as a lefty. Yeah, but it's not functional. I mean, it's just as an exercise, I would say, more than something that you would use every day to write.
But
It's
you
very.
think there are people which write this way? I mean, not Arabic people.
I mean, me, I tried in the past. I tried, but it's not something that is not sustainable. You cannot do that. But
Yeah.
the way he writes from down, making first the downstroke and then going up, this is the way also I was writing at the start, because it's I think maybe it's natural, or maybe it feels natural to us to do this movement, to start like that.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
With my left hand. I'm listening. Meanwhile.
Yeah. But I don't know why, but this is also a way, yeah. Or you can write from again from the left to the right, but at 90 degrees. You can write also upside down at that point, because actually the only bad thing, if we want to have a down part of that, is that if you have to write on a wall, you cannot write upside down on a wall.
I mean,
Unless you put yourself, it would be funny, but
no,
very difficult.
you can. Like sometimes I write upside down on the walls. Like I'm gonna show you how. Wait.
Yeah, how
So
can you do?
if you want to write upside down, you just do like
Ah,
this.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
You know.
Actually, yes.
I mean, it's not comfortable, and you cannot do it all the time, but it's
Yeah.
it's still
It could
possible.
work. Yes, it's still possible. But yeah, I mean, so I understand also that if you have a big part to do and you have to write also big, of course, writing upside down, you cannot use it. So in my case, for example, I also practice with my right hand, because
You?
yes, yeah, with parallel is easier, I would say. Like, it's more easy with those big stroke, and with a big parallel pen. So with 6 millimeters, with a small, I'm still like, no.
Yeah, but
But with
it's always harder with the smaller nibs.
yeah. But for example, with for copper plate, it's really difficult to also to practice with the right hand. It takes some time. And yeah, every now and then I just try just to have fun, but yeah, it's another thing.
You mentioned walls. Have you done any walls?
I did a couple, yes. But then yes, then I need I'm it's not something that I do. Like, it was very exceptions. One was in a tattoo place, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but it's very exceptional. Like, it's not something that I'm used to do. Also because I don't know, I never happened so much to me that I had to do walls. So.
But you don't like it or what?
It never happened that I had to do walls. So if I'm not used to also. I mean, it's something I tried, but yeah.
And now that you mentioned that you write also with your right hand, this is super cool, because I know some, like it's kind of a master level to be able to write with both hands, you know. And for example, Shane Huss, he's also from the crew. Some weeks ago, he broke his right hand. You know, he writes with his right hand. He broke his hand, and he started writing with the left. And the first he uploaded reels. First time he uploaded, it was of course very bad and ugly. But a week or 2 weeks later, he uploads another piece with the left, and I was shocked, man. It was like, it was so good. I couldn't believe it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, this is one of my fear. Like, if something happens to if I have my hand broken, I would be like, oh my God, such a bad thing.
I
But
broke my
yeah,
hand twice, and I
yeah, the
still
thing,
was writing with it.
oh, really?
Yes.
Oh
I mean,
God.
it's a bit more difficult, but it still works.
It's painful also. Another thing that actually, I don't know, but me, I have fun to do every now and then is to write specularly. Because
What do you
another
mean?
thing that, like, completely specular. I think once I uploaded a video of a writing, I don't remember which one, but it was actually a mirror video because it was written from left to right, but specularly. So this is also, but those are all exercises that I do just to have fun, not because you will ever. Ah, no, I did one wall where I wrote some. It was in a door when I wrote a sentence. It was like not a sentence, yeah, a sentence. It was specular, so everybody who was taking a selfie would have the writing in visible, no, readable. Because if you
Okay.
see it like this, you just see like it's random strokes. But then when you make a selfie, is the correct way of reading the sentence.
What? Like,
Like
wait. I didn't
like
even know what this means. Like, can
like
you show me something?
like give me a sec.
I mean, when you explain, I get the idea. I just cannot
Yeah,
imagine how it looks.
like I can make one letter. Like if you have one letter that is specular, okay. I don't know now. You see it the opposite way, no?
Yes.
But if you put the camera, you would see the right way.
Okay. So this
Like,
means specular?
yeah. So if you write from left to here, that would be not the normal way, right?
It's
The
same
different.
like mine, man. Can you read it?
Ah, yeah, exactly. You see it correctly when you're in front of the mirror, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
No,
so it's just for fun.
no, but that's cool. Like I never thought doing this. Like, how can I do it if I want to do it like this? I mean, the strokes has to be in a different way because now
Yeah,
when I look for example, the N, I cannot just write it normal because when you turn it around,
yeah, because you should have like instead of 45 degrees, always 45 degrees, but on the other way, because it
yeah,
would be, yeah.
huh? Okay,
And for us, lefty comes pretty natural. So this is another thing. Like if I'm lefty, I hold the pen like this. For me, the 45 is actually like this, and so I can write specularly much easier than
huh.
if I hold the pen with the right hand, of course.
Okay, that's cool. So you mentioned Teos one. Were there also like can you mention some other names that were
The one that
inspiration?
influenced, yeah, someone who influenced me a lot in starting with the fine nibs, and it was James Farrell. That I went to another course with how is it called now? The Associazione Calligrafica Italiana.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to this course in I don't remember in which city it was, but he was the first one that teach me how to use the fine nibs. So after it was a Spencerian course, even if after Spencerian for me it's still like, yeah,
It's
I
hard.
practice, but it's
Why?
kind of a. But to have it as his level, or you really need to practice, and I'm practicing, but still I'm not super confident with Spencerian, honestly. But it was for sure the person who inspired me to start with copperplate or with fine nibs in general. Because during his course, actually, I also was writing upside down, and actually it was, yeah. I found also there to write in a correct way because I tried before the fine nibs, but I was never really good at it. I don't know. I was having some other problems that are the most common for the nibs, that maybe you put too much ink or too less ink, and it's always going out. And there is the part that you have to remove. That it was something that before with the parallel pen never happened to me. So yeah. But after his course, I started with a copper plate. That, of course, is something that I think it's still my favorite style to do. I
But
think it's pretty clear.
I didn't know that you've done like a Spencerian. I mean, I don't do neither Spencerian or copper plate, but it seems to me that copper plate it's harder to produce, isn't it?
Maybe I don't know. I don't know, because for me is because Spencerian, you really need to have how do you call that rhythm. I don't know. It's like something very rhythmic,
Okay.
and you always need to be super soft with the hand. I don't know. For me, it requires a lot of concentration, a lot of exercise, a lot of practice, especially the first letters, because the uppercase letters, the majuscules, because you need to have a really good hand movement to execute them, and it takes a lot of practice there. My God, it takes really a lot. To me, at least.
You have to practice a lot of drills.
Yeah, a lot of drills. Yeah, a lot of hard movements, exercises. Yeah, and I still practice, but yeah, but I'm not happy with what I writing.
So you said like 2013, 14 you started?
I started, yes, but very like
So
not
this is
super deep. I was just like, okay, let's try something. Let's write. I was writing in my university.
but I mean this is the same time as I started. But I'm wondering like how much time did you take you before you started maybe liking your calligraphy or feel more confident producing stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think because I went back to Sardinia in 2015, and after the course with Theos 1, I started practicing a lot of hours. Like, and when I say a lot, I mean like 18 hours per day. It was like crazy. Like I was not doing anything else. Literally, I was just sleeping, eating, and writing. So I would say,
Man, this sounds so cool. Eating, sleeping, and writing.
yeah. Yeah, but it was, I mean, it was good because I had time. I had a lot of time, luckily or unluckily. But yeah, so after, I would say in 2017, 18, I started, because people started also asking me, maybe on Instagram especially, more stuff. So yeah, it was still not, I still don't like the way I write, actually. I mean, so I don't know if it's ever gonna come the way that I like. I'd say, this is very good. Usually I don't like. That's why, I mean, a lot of things I write, and then I have the paper destroyer. How do you say, like so I write and then I just destroy everything I write.
No, dude.
I have, yeah, I have very few stuff around me, because usually they just go to the bin.
Man, don't do this. You know, so, like this is also something I talk with John Stevens. Like I have forgotten, but now that I edited the episode, I remember I was telling him, you know, many times I write stuff and I'm like, nah, I don't like it. I just leave it away. It passes some days, weeks, or months, and when I look to it, it's like, oh, this looks nice, actually, you know. So
Yeah.
and he said it's something artists like most artists do the same thing. Like it's almost never that you would like your stuff right away. It needs to sit some time and you see it in a different way.
I can't wait
So
to listen to this episode, because yeah.
I think you have to try this, man. Like
I
don't
have a Rhodia pad that I don't know when I wrote, but it's the only thing that I found that is entire written. But I think it's from the start, because I mean, I'm not gonna destroy that one, so I'm taking that one like as a memory. But yeah, most of the things actually they go.
What? Dude, I have probably 2 or 3 boxes like this with papers.
Yeah, I also have a lot of stuff actually. I have in Sassari, where I'm from. So in my house in Italy, I still have some stuff there. But here, I
But,
write and I destroy.
and what about your copper plate? You don't like your copper plate?
I mean, days and days, let's say. Some days I like it, some days I no. But this I think is more. I mean, I think it's for everybody. There are some days where you like more your stuff, and I don't know. To me, it works like this. Some days I'm like, this is super cool. This looks really, really nice. And some others like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So I'm very, how do you say,
Self-critique,
understood.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I don't know if it's correct, but wow, I'm shocked, man. Like, I remember in the beginning, like when I met with Mr. Kams and Tiuswan, and they were saying the same, oh, I don't like my stuff. I was like, dudes, what are you talking, guys? I thought they're joking, you know, but
No, I mean, I completely understand.
I guess all of us have this feeling, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just learned to ignore those thoughts. If, like, even today's reel, I just posted a reel right before we started. I didn't really want to post this reel, but I was like, man, just I don't care. Just upload it, whatever. I'm not happy so much with it, but if you don't like your stuff, do you upload it on Instagram?
Yeah, I was doing it more in the past. Like I think you notice that I'm posting once per week now.
Okay.
Most of the time because now I'm not having much time to write as much as I was doing in the past, but also because I'm much more selective. Like I don't know how many videos because my phone is always full because I take a lot of videos. I record videos and then I'm like, maybe I use a lot of time to select the one that I think that I like the most. I don't know. Maybe I should stop doing that because I would have like gigas and gigabyte of stuff that I could. But it's more for me, I think, because I like to see my page, the page that I have in Instagram, looking like in a certain way.
Okay.
So I'm selective because of that, like because I want to see it in a good shape. I don't know, like I really want to
Yeah,
make it look nice.
I understand. I like a lot of people are like this. Even I have a friend who is not even a calligrapher, but he's like the same. Oh, I want everything to be. I'm like, I'm not this way at all. Like, of course, I would love to do my page also like super beautiful to be selective, but man, I don't have time for this. You know, I'm busy with so many things that if I have to start selecting, I'm not gonna post anything at all.
It's true. This is true. Hey, it takes time. It takes time. Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
I'm very, very slow. Like what I don't like about reels. Actually, no. I think the reels can be longer, right?
I'm not
Uh,
sure.
because there was this limit of 1 minute that I really didn't like because then you have to speed up the videos. There is something that I have to do because I'm freaking slow, right? Like, it's like 1 minute for me is like maybe 3 letters.
You
So
just speed up the video, man.
yeah, in fact, sometimes I have to do, but this also is misleading uh, on the other side because I mean it happened that some people say it looks so fast or it looks so easy maybe when it's sped up. I don't know, and then someone try and it's like it looks like
Yeah,
a different thing.
but come on, if people listen to Calligraphy Masters podcast, they should know that. I
Yeah.
mean, even if they don't listen to the podcast, man, I think it's close to the mind, like to realize that almost everything on Instagram it's either sped up, edited, or whatever. Like this is
Yeah, I
not.
mean, I think
This
it's
is.
understandable when you see a video that is like,
I mean, this is
especially,
not
yeah,
YouTube to have real time stuff. Even people on YouTube, they don't like. Most people, their attention span is it's like so small that nobody's gonna watch like real-time stuff. I guess it's a very small percentage of people that really are just starting and want to learn, but the majority of people, they're not gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's true. Unless the quality is very high. I think if the quality, but it's this is a difficult thing for me to shoot videos, because the way I have to put the camera
Okay.
is very weird. Like I mean, in fact, all my videos or most of my videos are from the top, because if I
Okay.
put the camera here, that would be the best to me. I mean, for me, would be the best looking video would be if I put the camera like when you write, you put your camera like this usually. I think
Mm-hmm.
if you're right-handed. For me, it would be the opposite, because writing upside down, I have to put it like this.
Okay.
And most of the time, when the phone is here, I touch with the pen because I'm keeping the pen like this.
Do you shoot with the front camera?
No, with the back. No, with the back. With the back camera. But
you can just put it backward, like a bit further.
But then I don't like the quality of it. I don't know. I don't like the look of it. I don't know.
So
I have
you're with the iPhone?
Yeah.
I mean, you should have at least 2-3 angles of recording, like a super close, a medium, and a wide one.
But super close should be very close.
But that's what I'm talking. If it's a problem for you to, if you're touching the screen, just put it further away,
a bit far,
and either you can in the editing zoom in, so it's like the same as you know, or you can just zoom it automatically from the phone. But I think it's better to zoom it in the editing post production. But that's I mean, I have struggles also with this sometimes. Like, I think this is one of the hardest things when it comes to shooting videos, man. Getting the right angle and not touching the camera. And for me, at least for me, it's also, I have to stay in a very different way when I write in front of the camera than when I'm writing without it.
You're a slave of the camera when you're there.
Man, where we got in our talk, we were speaking about the people that were influencing you.
I mean, the list is actually quite long.
Okay, but because you can throw some names.
For example, I mean, for sure. I mean, some people that are Susan Cunningham was one of.
We're talking about people that influenced you in the beginning of your journey, not right now, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Because I cannot not mention Susan Cunningham. That, I mean, speaking about copperplay, for me was like the day I discovered her, I was like, oh my god, how is it possible that someone writes so nicely? How is it possible that it looks so perfect? So one of the people, I think, because I don't remember exactly when I started looking for people on Instagram, because it was the easiest way to see what the people was doing, but I don't remember exactly what was the year. But I remember there was one of, or maybe it was first calligraphy master page that I found, and then from there, like I was going through through the possibly was like that. I discovered many great people and artists that were doing calligraphy, but for sure Paul Antonio, that I think there is also no person in the calligraphy world that didn't got inspired by Paul Antonio, by how he does the things. I really wish I could meet him one day also.
You haven't met Paul?
No, never. No, where?
Man,
no,
okay. I'm planning something later in this year.
Okay.
So it's not like Torino. Like, I really hope it happens. I'm just waiting for some confirmation, and then I'll write the crew. But I have something in my mind for this year.
Nice.
And if it happens, you meet him.
It would be very nice. But yeah, many people. I mean, on the also Mr. Cam. I mean, all the people that are actually in this also, Claudio Mezzo, for example, for me was a great inspiration because he really helped me. When I was started, I was in Turin. He's from Turin. Minimum Calligraphy, no?
Yeah, I know.
And for me was such a pleasure to spend time with him, because actually with him, I think I started also with him and Rossella Manganelli. I started also, we went to a very nice fair in Rome, and this was really helping me, like, also, I don't know, maybe having more confidence in what I was doing. So I was saying that also they liked what I was doing. I was really liking what they were doing, how they were doing. So also them for me were super inspiring people that I met in real life, actually.
I have another question, because I think you're like mentioning mostly people that are into copperplate. Like, the question is, like, why you're doing copperplate, bro? Like,
I don't know.
I think
I have no clue.
first of all, like, I love copperplate. I really like it, but
Yeah.
first of all, I never really written it, and second of all, in my mind, like, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but in my
Yeah.
mind, copperplate, it's like a script that it's more likely women to write it, you know?
For women, yeah.
I mean,
This is more elegant.
I don't know. Of course, it's not for women, but I know the majority of people who I know that write copperplate, it's women, and
Yeah.
it's same with like fracture and black letter. The majority of people that write it, it's guys. You know, there are very small amounts of women, at least that I know, that writing such
Yeah.
scripts. So my
Yeah,
question is,
this is
why?
actually true. This is actually true. I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue why I write like why I prefer to write in copper, because I write also fracture, texture. I write also brush pen. It's only that I don't share those stuff. Like most of
Why?
the things, because most brush, because brush I write normally. With a brush, I cannot write upside down with brush, so I have to
Okay.
write normally. And to shoot a video with, it doesn't make any sense for me to. I mean, I don't know. I would like to be like Mike Pierce. Mike Pierce is another one that of
Yeah.
course inspired me. But Michele used the brush very nicely. So I mean, for me, I don't know. I cannot record videos with brush. With texture and fracture, sometimes I post something. At the start, I was only posting everything with fracture and texture. Actually, if you go back in my account, I think at the start I was only posting fracture and texture. I think most of the times. And then there are also the I don't know, minor scripts. I don't know how to define them. They're not minor, but for me it's the one that I write the less, like uncial, I don't know, foundational, those kind of that I rarely, I posted something, but it's very rare that I post something with those.
Yeah, a few minutes ago, I was thinking to ask you about have you tried and show and stuff like this, but obviously you have.
I mean, I could do that, I think, but no, I don't know. It was just, I don't know why I post so mostly about copperplate, and I do mostly about copperplate. I don't know why I like it. Why I started so strong on copperplate. I have no clue.
Okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much would you rate your copperplate?
5.
What? Dude, are you joking?
No.
Man, I would
I
rate it.
think no, because like, for example, if I have to make a comparison, because
Okay.
I mean, if you only watch it like this, like the finished thing, I was okay. Maybe it looks nice, but the way of doing it, again, me, I'm very slow. I think copperplate should be written like more like a writing style, not like me, I'm very meditation style, like I'm taking
So
really my
it
time to.
means you're not doing copperplate calligraphy, you're doing copperplate lettering.
Hey, no.
Yes?
I mean, it's still a movement. It's one movement, but it's very slow. It's not that I'm throwing it.
No, but I've talked about this with Paul Antonio, and he says like whenever the rhythm or like the speed, whatever that's supposed to be for this script, it's not this speed. For example, it's slower. Then it's not writing calligraphy.
Okay, then I guess it's right. Then I'm doing copperplate.
Okay, then I have a question, like, because
Yeah.
most of the stuff on your feed is like just a word or sentence, but do you
Mhm.
ever write like a whole
Yeah,
page
yeah,
or a
yeah,
quote,
yeah, yeah.
stuff like this?
Yeah, I do, I do. I have some here. Again, it is not something that I post also.
But why? Like, if
Oh,
you if you have a bigger text, you can post it just as a picture. You don't need to record a video of it.
yeah. Then also that in the past I was doing it much more to share longer quotes and longer texts, and now I'm not doing it anymore. I don't know why. It's just I don't know. I don't feel like doing it. Maybe I don't know. I still think. I mean, the way I use Instagram is just. Before it was maybe oh to show. Now it's mostly for me to remember how is like how is it going in the time, because every now and then I check what I was doing in the past and I'm like, this was I was writing like this, and
Mhm.
today I can see that because again I don't keep all the stuff that I write, so I'm not always able to see how I was writing, I don't know, 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you have to keep your stuff.
But I have Instagram now. Instagram is helping me in this because I can check what I was doing, and I don't know. And it's some time now that I post only like one word, one letter, less than a word usually.
Yeah,
Uh, but I don't know. I don't know exactly why. I don't know why I do the things I do, honestly. but
fair enough.
but yeah.
Okay, for me, I think your copper plate is 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Even
Well, thank
going
you.
to
No,
9. Like, seriously, man, I love your copper plate, and like it's stunning to me. Like, I mean, obviously, I know a lot of people, and I'm following a lot of people. Your copper plate is not only beautiful, but it stands out. Like, when I see it, I know it's yours,
okay,
which is
maybe.
something really difficult to achieve, in my opinion. Like, same with
Okay.
Paul Antonio. When I see his copper plate, I know it's his
Yeah,
copper plate.
yeah.
And
It's
with
true.
Susan, like, I think that you've reached the level that you're supposed to reach as a calligrapher. Like, this is the point when you write in a script, but when people see it, they recognize it's you. You know.
Yeah. This is actually it's very nice that you say that. I'm very happy that it's recognized
Well,
because
this is
it's
the
actually
reality,
what
man.
it's actually what I really like about like to understand who wrote something just by looking at it. It's
Mhm.
something that I really like because it happens also to me that I see something and I say, this is Paul Antonio. This is Susan. This is Theos one. Usually, I'm very happy that you're saying that. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can answer right away, but of course, you mentioned already Mike Pierce. Can you name
Mhm.
some left-hand calligraphers? Like, for the people who are lefties and are listening, there it's always good to follow people. Like, for example, if I'm lefty, I would love to follow more lefties. And
Yeah.
so, if you can drop some left-hand
Uh,
calligraphy.
Now I will have problems to remember the names. Also, no, but for sure, as I said, John the Collibus. That
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you have an Instagram page now that I'm thinking.
You
Maybe
know,
he has.
you can just drop like 3 or 4 names now, and after we finish, you send me some more, and I'll add them
Uh,
to the video. And people who are just listening the podcast, if you want to find all the names, they will be on the YouTube
yeah.
channel.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Because also because I'm not gonna remember them all.
Mhm.
But John the Collibus, he has also some great videos on YouTube where he shows he's very good in offhand flourishing, offhand flourishing, yes.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, it's just I think is one of the best calligraphers in the world. So I mean, and he's lefty. Mike Pierce, I said it. Stefano Gelao, that I said before, because it's actually his work is amazing now. I don't see him in a bit on Instagram. I think I don't know, maybe took a small break from the social, but for sure, if you see his work is crazy good. Um, then there is I don't remember
You know
Young
this
Young
guy, Arthur something.
Arter.
Wait.
This is my problem, that I don't remember the names, because sometimes I think also young is left. You know?
Rusems, like
The name? Art? No, I don't know. Oh no. I also need to see this list. Maybe you have a bigger list.
okay. I mean,
I think also but the one you mentioned before, Paris,
Paris Surteo.
Paris Hotel.
Yeah, he's also in Germany. I think he's in Berlin.
Yeah, I think it's in Berlin. Yeah, in Berlin.
Okay.
But I can drop a list because I honestly don't remember all the names of the people.
Okay,
I'm very,
fair
very
enough.
sorry. No,
No,
yeah.
it's all good. I mean, I haven't asked you before this to prepare, so. And how many workshops have you attended, bro? Like you mentioned, like I've been here on workshop here, there. Like how many workshops since you started you have attended?
Two
Two?
workshops. Yeah,
And there
those
are
two.
for Textura? Or what
One
was
was creative calligraphy.
with Tooth one?
Yeah,
Creative calligraphy?
yeah.
What does this mean?
I think it was more of it was not teaching a particular script. It was more about designing like a logo or how do you call this? I don't know the word.
Composition?
Composition, yes, composition.
Okay.
Yeah, it was more
Ah,
about composition. Yeah, I still
okay.
have a thing he wrote. This is in Sassari in Italy. But yeah, and the other one was no, another one. I did another one. This was I didn't remember this, but I did one in a monastery.
Oh, in Poland?
No. I wish I was there. No, no, in Sardinia. In my home village, island. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And this was in a monastery, and it was textura quadrata. Like it was 1 week, amazing, because we had to live as the monks. So you had to wake up like at 5 and go to pray. I mean, if you wanted, no, it was not forced. So you had like the lessons in the morning and then the break for the lunch. And yeah, super strict.
Nice.
It was an amazing experience, actually, an amazing place because it was very far away from the city. It was in a land quite empty, so you had always silence, and the monks were doing their stuff. But
Nice. This is cool.
yeah.
And so yeah, what else are you do? Like calligraphy, it's hobby to you, or you do some work as well?
At the moment is an hobby. I mean, if I have work, if I have commissions, I always do them. But unfortunately, I cannot work 24 hours, 24/7 on that. I have another job here in Munich. Yeah. Also because I had to, when I started here, I was like looking for to get more in contact with calligraphers, but I don't speak. I mean, I was not speaking German at all. Now I speak a bit. It's a very difficult language to me. Yeah, and plus there was, I mean, I arrived here in 19, and then 2020 happened, whatever happened. So, I mean, the COVID started and everything was closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that I'm studying more German because it's one of the blocker to
People don't speak English in German. I mean, I don't know.
Yes, but depending on what you want to do. So it really depends on what you do. But in theory, yes. But for some, at least in Bayern, I think people don't like so much. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
But
like I have the same. Like I think some people don't like, even if
they speak very good,
but they don't
incredibly
want to
good.
speak.
Sometimes yes, I have this feeling, but maybe it's wrong. I don't know. Also
I
because
remember once I was in Berlin and I went to a guy, asked him something, and he understood me, but he was like, didn't want to answer. I was like, man, what the like?
Yeah.
You know, Germany and England, they have a thing. So
Yeah, no, but again, I mean, me, I work in English. My work is all in English, so
okay.
yeah. But I think when it comes to calligraphy, if you have to have clients, is also very good if you speak. I mean, I understand if I were in Italy, it would be very difficult to speak English with the people. Like, so I
But
understand that. Or when you have to have clients, it's better if you speak the language. Yeah,
how much time do you spend our days on calligraphy?
at least 2 hours now.
Every day?
Yeah,
Wow.
at least. Some days I cannot, but if I can, at least 2 hours I write. Usually after dinner, or yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about your favorite too? Apparently, you write copper plate with an oblique pen
Yeah.
holder. Why?
Yeah.
You know, cover plate is supposed to be
I
written
know.
with straight
I know.
holder.
I know. And I tried. No, I mean, I tried to write with a normal one. Again, I think if I practice, I could do that. I mean, I don't think it would be impossible, but I don't know. Also, there, I think I just learned with the oblique, and I just go with oblique now.
But how many oblique holders do you have?
No, not many. I have some. No, because I did the. I did one that I designed, so I 3D printed my my own oblique pen holder.
Really?
So yeah, that is
I
so
have a
I
3D
have.
printer right now, and I was thinking to print a pen holder, but I cannot. Like, I'm not into the 3D
No,
designing stuff.
but you, I mean, yeah, I have the file. If you want, I can send you. But so I have some that are made of wood. I'm not a big collector of oblique pen holders, even if I wish, because there are some that are incredibly nice. Um, like the Yoke pen, I think is called company
Man.
Yoke. I don't know how is it pronounced, but
Wait, I want to show something. I just need wait.
yeah. Oof. Ay, ay, ay. This is Callum says.
Yes, it's
I,
crazy that you
they
recognize
are,
him.
yeah, because he has one that I'm thinking about taking, that is the Scorpion.
Oh yes,
Oh
and
my God, how beautiful is that? He makes, my God, he makes amazing stuff.
man,
Incredible. No, it's
you know, those pen holders, they sit here for years. I never wrote with them.
I mean, but they are like jewels. I mean, they are like, I don't know,
No, it's
Mont
not
Blanc
because of
of
this.
the.
I'm not writing with pointed nips. Like, I don't know.
Okay. But
I
yeah,
mean,
no, there are some that are crazy. They are amazing. They are so nice. And
mm,
some people is that makes holders is poof,
okay.
incredible.
What's your favorite nip? Like the nip that you use the most, and why do you
Uh,
use it? Or you use a bunch of them?
I learned with the zebra G, but I
Zebrachi?
still yeah, with the, I don't know, I still have one, the super common one. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
any here, but nowadays I'm always with the ant 101. That is
Okay.
of this I have in front of me. The, I don't know, coming from when I started with that one that is kind of very hard, very stiff, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So when I changed to is this one here. When I changed to the hand, I found it so easy to use, because with this one you can have a very big stroke, very large strokes. It's very
Okay.
soft in
Mm-hmm.
front in comparison with the
Zebra.
Zebra G. It's crazy soft. So the one that I use every day most of the time is this one. But I also like the 22, Ant 22 is another one that I really like. This is the Nico G or Zebra G.
Zebra
No,
G.
this is Zebra G, yeah. Yeah, this is the one I started with.
What the?
Yeah.
I have pointed nibs, but I just have them.
I think but there are many that I still didn't try. For example, I also have a bunch of nibs that I have and I never tried. I don't know why. Maybe because some of them I only have one piece. Then I started collecting the vintage nibs for some reason because I never use them also. I mean, but because they are like vintage, not vintage for calligraphy, but vintage, random vintage. I started
Okay.
collecting nibs that are both for everything, but they are very old and also for normal writing, for technical drawing and stuff like that. So I'm full of boxes of old nibs, but I don't use them.
How many do you have of them?
I have no clue. I have no idea.
A
No,
lot?
yeah, like because they come in like this one. I don't know, like they come in boxes and there are a lot inside. So I
Okay.
don't know how many they are here. So I buy the boxes and of vintage, but I don't use them because
Where do you buy
I'm
them?
eBay.
And okay, like, wait, you buy a boxes of nibs and you don't use them.
Yes. No,
Why?
because I don't know, because maybe I will use them one day. I don't know.
You haven't even tried them?
No, I tried them. I have some pens with one of them. Is that they are like, I don't know, hundreds of them. So, I mean, before you finishing one of those, before I finishing, like before, yeah, consuming one of those is
Huh.
is taking forever.
Okay, what about inks or I don't know. What do you use actually to write copper plates?
Inks, I mostly use Sumi ink.
Swimming?
And in particular the Sumi ink coming in thicks. I mean, I have some cheap ones and some a bit more expensive. So if I have to practice, I just use the cheap one that you buy really for euros. I think it's $5 you can find also. I don't know, but it's very very cheap. And the other one that I use a lot is walnut ink.
Okay.
And then I use also the fine tech, the one that are like more like
Shiny,
watercolorish. Yeah, also
metallic.
shiny. No, but yeah, metallic. I have also a bunch of those. I don't know. It depends. Sometimes it's just I just change. I collect my inks like this. So I have for every ink I have the example on how it looks. So I have like a bit of them. Like I don't know.
This is so cool, man.
Yeah, so I collect them just to remind me what color is what. So I have
Wow.
just if I need one color, I just check in those papers, and I really know that what I need to use. But there are also the Schminke, for example. What I like a lot is the gouache, the one from Schminke, a
From
German
what?
brand.
Oh, German. Yeah, I was.
I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I think it's Schminke or something.
Wow.
There are those tubes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
all
like
gouaches are in tubes in
yeah.
general.
Exactly. And
Mm.
there are those two versions. One is the calligraphy version from Schmink, and the other one is the designers that I really love. I use them also, not every day, but I use them a lot.
But do you mix the gouache only with water when you write?
The gouache calligraphy, I mix it also with the how is it called in English? The yellow
Gum Arabic?
Arabic gum. Arabic gum, yes.
Okay. But
Arabic gum, like a drop, but if it's really needed, because sometimes I find it to be good also without gum Arabic. I don't mix it always with gum Arabic.
without the gum, it is more watery or what?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's less resistant. Also, it doesn't. Maybe it can go away from the paper also.
Dude, I have
More easy.
two bottles of gum Arabic from Royal Talents. They're here with me probably 4 or 5 years. I never opened them. They're probably not working anymore.
And probably they are like solidify, because if you leave them a lot these days, it becomes like resin. Like it gets
Wow.
hard.
You mentioned I never used actually the sticking. So you said the cheap one is €5. So how much is the?
I mean, because also, let me just take those. Because, but I don't have the cheap one here somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because the expensive are just the one that comes from, I don't know, Japan,
China,
maybe.
Japan.
But I think they come also from Japan, but I don't know, maybe it's a different quality of how it's made. Honestly, by eye, the results sometimes I don't really see it, but
you don't see a difference
it's,
between both?
honestly, but no, not so much.
Okay, and how much is the expensive one? Approximately?
I think it's 20 or 30
euro.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so how long does one stick?
Forever.
Really?
Like, I mean, I will, the one I use for practice, I have it for 3 years now.
Wow.
I mean,
Man,
and still not even at the half.
dude, I should buy some sticks, man.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
I mean,
but the sticks are only black, right? There is no colors in sticks, or
there are some that are. I have some that are orange, like they come in. But it seems more red in the camera, but it's like orange. But those I still didn't open them. Yeah, it looks more red from the camera. It's like orange. In real life, it looks like
but
more
do
orange.
you need something like, I don't know how it's
you
called?
need the rock. Rock.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
There is a
whatever.
special rock that you have to grind them on. Yeah. And then they release the color. They melt and then
And you just add water, right?
Yeah, just a couple of drops of water and you're good to go.
Okay, from all these inks and whatever that you mentioned, which is your favorite to work with?
The walnut ink.
Walnut ink?
Yeah, it's super thick because it's super thick.
But is it specific brand or all walnut inks are like this?
I have one specific brand that is the one that I buy from calligraphy store. I think you know this store. That is Handrhythmic.
Okay, Handrhythmic.
It is the only one that I found also. I mean, it's the easiest one. Exactly. We are of the same.
No, mine is from the first edition.
Yeah, no, mine is.
It's a gold one.
It's very nice.
But
I have the
you use ruling pens as well?
Yeah, I mean, I have. Yeah, I also use this, but I'm not the best with this. Imagine if my copper plate is 5. Imagine how I rate whatever I write with that. Like
Dude.
0.
Nah, yeah.
No. But I also tried to make some. This I bought a late. You know the to make.
Yeah.
So this is one that I tried to make myself.
Really?
Because one of the problems I'm faced, like you can see the difference with a normal one. But the problem that I'm facing is that I have like a big hands. Like,
okay.
So for me was like, especially at the start, that I didn't have the control on the tools. For me was like, I need to feel that I'm writing with something. So I was building something that was like, that I was really feeling. I don't know, it helped me a lot actually. Now I'm not using those for a long time because, yeah. But I also tried to make them with the wood. It was from the brooms, sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, what about papers? And I mean specific paper for copper plates. Is there something specific that you like a lot for copper plate?
For practicing, I'm using Rhodia.
Which Rhodia?
This one here.
Because there's a lot of different Rhodias, you know.
No, I
The
use
orange
this one, the orange one, but also the black one.
Paul Antonio one? Yeah.
Both. No, those are amazing. This is crazy how good is this paper.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how do they do this, because I would love to be this one, the same quality as this one as well. Because
But
this is like writing on the water. I don't know. It's like you don't feel it.
do you have the gray one?
I have the gray one. Yeah, of course.
Man,
I have this one.
the only thing I don't like about the gray one is when I put it on the light pad.
Ah, yeah, you don't see anything.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah. But
But
it's crazy how good they are. It's
yes,
incredible.
really nice paper.
Yeah, and those are the one actually that I use the most. I have a bunch of a mountain of paper from Rhodia that I usually use. Then I use a lot the those ones. Where is it? Because I think it's a German brand. I don't remember the name. Oh no, Clairefontaine. One is Clairefontaine that I use, but this is more like carton. It's more not only paper. It's more. You can write also with watercolor.
Oh, it's a watercolor paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a multi-technique. I don't know. And no, there is one German brand that I don't remember the name. It's like Anemule, something like this is called. I should have something here, but yeah. No. I will try to find that thing, and I will send you the. Yeah, I can't find that.
All right.
There is another one that I use kind of a lot also.
What about books, man? You mentioned in your beginning just one book, but is there any other books that you've used during your journey, or books that helped you or inspired you?
First one was this one, that I mentioned before, the Palmer Penmanship Budget. Of course, I think if you want to study, learn, or improve also the Paul Antonio yin and yang approach is crazy good. This book also is very, very precise. I really like how it's explained. It's very, you know.
Do you like it? Man, I have it. When I open it, for me it looks like not like a book, but I don't know what's called in English. For when you go to school, maybe it's still book, but like it's so complicated. Everything I'm like, man, this is way too complicated.
I like it because for me it's like math. It's like the rectangles, how to build the space. It's very clear. No, I really like that. Then there was one, but I don't know if it's possible to find it. And I don't remember also the name. But the one that you remember, David Grimes was giving in his website. That book is amazing as well.
Dude, what happened with David, man? I tried to find him on Instagram. It's gone.
No, he deleted his Instagram. Yeah, he deleted his Instagram.
Why?
He is not posting anymore on Instagram. I think he wanted to concentrate more on his on the school. That is the school that he has for calligraphy.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a pity. I was also super sorry when I saw it.
Man, like few weeks ago, no, few weeks, 2-3 months. I don't know when I started re-uploading some stuff to the podcast, and I tried to tag him. I'm like, what? Where's his account? That's crazy.
He left Instagram.
I mean,
loss. But I think he's getting more active on YouTube actually.
Really? Oh, okay.
I saw him lately. He's posting the shorts on YouTube.
Huh. Okay. I'll check that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mention him, but also him. I mean,
of
amazing
course.
what he does. Then there is Eleanor Winters. The one that I have here is also Eleanor Winters, the Master in Copper Calligraphy. That is another good book. No, you don't like it? You don't like it?
Paul Antonio's book is better.
I mean, but I mean, if you're studying copperplate, I think it's also interesting to have that. Like, it's also interesting to have this one, even if it's not a book for the
Okay,
also,
but guys, if you want to start copperplate, take the yin yang approach, not this the other one, not the other one.
No, this is not this one.
Yes, this is the book.
This is very good. Yeah. No, no. Maybe, but also the Universal Penman is super interesting to see. That one of the first example of copperplate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then yeah, I don't know what I'm doing lately. What I did once, because I found on Instagram an original piece from 1851, 50 something, I don't remember. That is
Okay.
written in copperplate.
Okay.
So, and it was like not expensive at all. Like I think you can find those stuff for, because it's like document, but document that they don't have any kind of value. But it's
Yeah,
also interesting, I think, to buy one of those, because you can see how it was written also, like every day, like something more, yeah, as
bro.
it was.
When I was in Paul Antonio's studio, I've seen such things like,
Uh,
bro, it's mind blowing what stuff he has in his studio.
I watched the video. I mean, yeah, it's like a museum.
Yes, but he has a new studio now. It's in Portugal, and when I go visit him there, I'll make another video.
Hey, you should do like yeah, a studio tour, because my God, it has, yeah, incredible stuff.
Wait, what was so this? Uh, so what's the goal with calligraphy, bro? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years, or where you wanna be with your calligraphy? What you wanna be doing?
Mm, I would say I don't know, because I don't want to say anything. No, let's say that I keep my. I think I leave calligraphy um, in a way that at the moment I'm not. Uh, I don't want to do anything that I'm not doing. How can I say? Like if I want to do more with calligraphy, I would completely try to do more.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm exactly where I want to be, and in 5 years I don't know, because I don't want to have plans um, that might be that they are not there at the end. So I don't want to put myself in a place that maybe
No,
they
but
were.
this is more like,
Yeah,
no, I don't meant
I
in
mean,
that way. I ask like where you
as a
want,
dream,
like, or
as
what do
a
you want to achieve with calligraphy? You know, is it
ah.
something you want to do until you are alive, to the end of your life?
Yes, no, yes. I think okay, this is, I think if there is gonna be a constant in my possibility until my hands are not shaking too much, is gonna be that I will write. No, if I can, I will write as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
If I could write 20 hours per day as I was doing, I would do it.
Cool, man. And okay, we're almost done, man. Like, I have two questions, which they're
Yeah.
probably kind of the same. It's like, what was the best advice you ever received on calligraphy that helped you the most? And the other thing is, what would you wish to or say to the people that are listening right now or watching and that are considering to start calligraphy?
The second, sorry, no, I lost it.
The second is what, like a tip or advice to the people that are listening and want to get
Okay.
involved, or maybe they are also leftists. I don't know.
I think the best advice was actually the one from John de Collibus. Like
Okay.
really to try, for the leftists I'm speaking, because it was very useful.
Yeah.
Like I think it's useful actually, because I see it also with other people that is lefty, but the best thing you can do is to try different position of the paper
Mm-hmm.
in the when you're writing. So just experiment, because I think you will find one position that you feel like it's yours at a
Mm-hmm.
certain point. If you're struggling, especially with a pen, if you're writing also, as in my case with the oblique pen holder, if you're writing with the straight pen holder, you shouldn't have this issue. That's right. And a tip is probably also, if you're struggling with many different things, from how to hold the pen, how to start with the nib, I think a course is still one of the best way to learn those kind of stuff, especially if it's an in-person course. Also online course sometimes, but you really need to find a course that is quite precise. But if you can really see, or if you know someone in your city that is doing calligraphy, just to meet, to see how the other does. You can also learn by watching other doing stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
for me,
but
the start was like that, but the course is still one of the best options, of course. Yeah.
I just want to add something to this. If you guys go to a course workshop, be careful who you're going to study with. Make sure it's somebody who knows what he's teaching, because if the wrong person is teaching you wrong stuff, you do stuff wrong, and this will be bad in the long term. Make sure the person is really good at what he's doing, because nowadays there are so many people are like 5-6 months into calligraphy and they teach calligraphy, you know, and this could be a problem.
Yeah, but I really think it's the best way, especially if you're struggling, because if you're struggling sometimes from Instagram videos, but also from YouTube videos, maybe it's not easy to understand how someone is doing something. Like it unfortunately, it's not a 3D, three-dimensional space. It would be much easier. But I think that to be in a course is very, very helpful.
Oh, wait, man. Now that you said 3D space, I have one more question. Have you tried VR calligraphy?
No. I still didn't try. No, because it's like, I mean, I don't know anyone who has a VR and it's super expensive.
Bro, this is so cool.
Right?
Yes.
You tried? Oh my God.
It's really 3D, man. Like, I cannot explain it. I'm gonna make a video soon, probably next week. I don't know. I'll show. Man, it's super cool.
Because
like,
you're in a space, no?
bro, you can see the letters from everywhere. This is such a mind-blowing, you know? So cool.
Oh my God. I saw some, maybe you posted something.
Man, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I usually post it like while I'm in the VR doing stuff, but I didn't show what's inside.
Maybe because I saw someone using it. I don't remember who, but no, because someone posted something with the. Anyway, I don't remember who, but I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I don't want to invest in, because it's something I would use maybe. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
A
but
bit.
if you have a friend, or if you can try, I definitely suggest you to do so.
I would love to try that. Definitely.
Awesome, bro. So, is there anything else that I haven't asked you but you wanted to speak about, or if you want to promote something, just go for it, man.
I mean, no, it's okay with me. No, I'm very happy that we had this chat. It was very fun.
Yeah, me too, man, bro. Thanks again for being guest on the podcast, and especially on such a short notice, guys. I wrote him like a few hours ago today, bro. You wanna re-record the podcast, and here he is. So thanks for being guest on the podcast, bro.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you for having me.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, keep writing. All right.